today is May 26th. We're on pages 54 and 55. It's day 2 of the Just So You Know article called Children and Imaginary Friends Make a Great Pair.
我们今天要继续介绍这个重要的这个主题哦。到底我们昨天有问到说，你有没有自己的那个假想朋友啊？然后你觉得假想朋友有没有觉得很幼稚啊？或甚至是说，东方跟西方想象出来的假想朋友会不会不一样啊？好，如果你可以跟我们讲一下你的这个想法的话，会很棒。我们今天要继续介绍这个主题哦。
So, Anthony, I want to ask you about some famous great pairs. So, here's one for me. Peanut butter and jelly, milk and cookies. How's some coffee and donuts.
We talked about bagel, right?
Bagels and cream cheese.
Hey, that's right. That's what
Bagels and cream cheese. That's a good one. What are some other great pairs? What's a Taiwanese one? Like those are all Western ones. I feel like
豆浆油条.
Yes, I was gonna say like doujiang or like a mijiang and like油条. I think so.
没错.
Like a 饭团.
饭团哦，对，没错啊，
like a 甜的饭团 and like a 米浆. That's a good one. That's a good breakfast pair. We need one more.
One more. Okay. 我觉得，哎呀，糟糕了，我真的熊想不起来，因为你越讲会越饿哦。你确定要继续说吗？
Tell us some great pairs in the comments. I need to know some great pairs, especially like Taiwanese food. I need to know some. Okay, let's take a quick break. Let's hear our article, and then we're going to start paragraph 1.
Children and imaginary friends make a great pair. A study by American psychologist Dr. Lawrence Kuttner in the mid-2000s found that as many as 65% of 7-year-olds had an imaginary friend. A similar study in the UK found that 17% of children aged 3 to 10 have imaginary friends. According to the same study, the peak age for having an imaginary friend is 4 years old. These and other studies have shown that having imaginary friends can be good for children in many ways. They can help children develop social skills, provide comfort and companionship, and give children greater emotional support. Having imaginary friends can be a sign of intelligence as well, though not all intelligent children will have one. In earlier times, having imaginary friends was considered a sign of mental illness. However, current studies have shown the opposite to be true. Children with imaginary friends may be more sociable and creative, since they have to imagine discussions from both sides. On top of that, these children may spend less time using electronic devices, which can affect their ability to imagine things in their minds if used too much. It is important, therefore, that children have the chance to let their imaginations run wild and have fun with their imaginary friends.
Let's go into our paragraph. A study by American psychologist Dr. Lawrence Kuttner in the mid-2000s found that as many as 65% of 7-year-olds had an imaginary friend.
好，第一句话好长又好复杂，对不对？不用害怕，它只是告诉你研究结果而已。我们一步一步来看看就可以了哦。他说 ，A study by American psychologist Dr. Lawrence Kuttner。好，他就先告诉你说，有一个这个 Dr. Lawrence Kuttner 做了一个研究，他本身是 psychologist， 好，是美国的这种心理学家，做了一项研究。他时间呢是在这个2000年代的这个中期。Found that， 反正这个研究就发现怎么样呢 ？As many as 65%， 居然有65%这么多的这个比例怎么样 ？Of 7-year-olds had an imaginary friend， 就是65%， 7岁的小朋友呢都有他们的假想朋友。
事实上 we can actually cut out most of this sentence. We can just say up to as many as 65% of 7-year-olds had an imaginary friend. So 这个前面 just it's a little bit more information. Look at it slowly. It's pretty easy. 小心这个字 psychologist. Psychologist. All right, let's go to our next sentence. A similar study in the UK found that 17% of children aged 3 to 10 have imaginary friends.
好，接下来告诉你另外一个类似的研究 ，a similar study in the UK， 好，就是在英国，他所做的一个类似的研究，发现什么呢 ？Found that 17% of children aged 3 to 10， 这边特别注意一下 ，children aged 3 to 10， 这个 aged 帮我把它圈起来哦，这个是一个非常特别的用法，它是 VPP 过去分词，然后后面直接接年龄，就是从3岁到10岁的这个小朋友呢，在英国有17%的比例，有没有？他就提到说 have imaginary friends， 有他们的假想朋友。
And Anthony's right. This is a pretty special way of saying children 3 to 10 years old, 怎么样? It's the same meaning, just like age is a little bit fancier English. So
Yeah.
children aged 3 to 10, 还是 children 3 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our next sentence. According to the same study, the peak age, the highest age, or the most popular age for having an imaginary friend is 4 years old.
好，他就告诉你说，好，根据同一份研究呢，他说了 the peak age， 好，就是在这个年龄的最高峰 for having an imaginary friend， 也就是会有假想朋友最高峰的比例，好，从3岁到10岁，中间还有很多的这岁数可以选嘛，到底谁会得奖呢？噔噔，答案是4 years old， 好，4岁的小朋友最多，好，非常非常多的4岁小朋友，他们是有假想朋友的。
So I wonder,if being an only child will make you more likely to have an imaginary friend. Or if you have a lot of brothers and sisters, if you live in a city or you live in the countryside, does this affect the chance you will have an imaginary friend?
老师要问的问题是说，他老师在想说，会不会有这个假想朋友跟你是不是独子，还是你有很多兄弟姐妹？你住在城市呢，还是住在乡下呢？这些东西因素是不是都会影响到那个你有假想朋友的比例呢？我觉得是诶。
Yeah, like does your mom work at home or does your mom work at an office? If your mom works at an office and you're a little kid, maybe you'll have more imaginary friends because you have more time by yourself. I don't know. I wonder. Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we have our next paragraph. Hey everyone, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 54 and 55. We're looking at paragraph 2. Get your highlighter ready. In paragraph 2 and paragraph 3, we're going to see a lot of useful prefixes and suffixes, and we can write them down and practice them.
没错，我们在这边的话，要把我们的笔准备好，因为我们会看到非常非常多的字首跟字尾，非常非常好用哦。
That's right. If you practice them, it will help make your English a lot better. 所以我们一定要画到，而且要写下来。Let's look at paragraph 2. These and other studies have shown that having imaginary friends can be good for children in many ways.
好，再来我们看这一段的第一句话哦。他说 ，These and other studies have shown that， 就是这些研究还有其他研究都显示出一件事情 ，having imaginary friends can be good for children in many ways。我记得我们昨天还介绍这个字 benefits， 对不对？就是指益处、好处的意思。然后有这个假想朋友有很多很多好处哦，在这里我们就会看到它实际点出的一项一项的好处了。
Now remember, can 要加原形动词 but good is an adjective, so can 要加 verb, 但是 good 就是形容词，怎么办？加 be， 不要乱写 be 的这个字母，小心。Remember, 文法说 you need a verb， 但是你的助词说我没有 verb, I'm an adjective, I'm a noun. Okay, 那你加 be。
没错。
Let's continue. They can help children develop social skills, provide comfort and companionship, and give children greater emotional support.
好，这句话呢有非常非常多可以学的东西哦。我们先来讲一下这句话的这个意思哦。They can help children， 好，这些假想朋友呢可以帮助孩子develop social skills， 能够慢慢发展出他们的社交技能 ，provide comfort， 能提供一些慰藉 ，and companionship 陪伴 And give children greater emotional support， 在心理上有给他们非常多的支持，这么多的功能。
All right, get your highlighter, get your pencil, get your pen, and we got a few things to write here. 我们先看 comfort 这个前面的 C-O-M， 也可以写 C-O-L， 还有 C-O-N， 写下来。And 这个都是在一起的意思 comfort, because your imaginary friend 他跟你在一起 oh, you feel much better. They provide comfort.
OK， 所以的话，我们先讲一下 COM，comfort 这个前面的 COM， 或是老师刚刚提到的 CON、COL 都有在一起的意思。OK， 在这边的话，特别注意这些重要的字首。
And we see companionship. Companionship 也有 COM 有没有？而且它这位 ship S-H-I-P. When a word ends in ship, it's usually a noun here. So 写下来 ship and 写一个 noun.
没错。所以在这边后面我们看到一个 companionship 那个 ship。好 ，ship 虽然看起来是船的意思，但事实上它是字根的时候多半是抽象的名词。
Now, I actually tell students, when you see ship, that means we're doing something together. We're all in the same boat together.
Oh,
right? If there's no water, everyone's boat goes down. If there's a lot of water, everyone's boat goes up.
原来如此。
All right, let's continue. Having imaginary friends can be a sign of intelligence as well, though not all intelligent children will have one.
好，他现在告诉你说 ，having imaginary friends， 好，有假想朋友这件事情呢 ，can be a sign of intelligence， 或许可以拿来当做是一个，这个孩子感觉上还蛮聪明的一个指标哦。好 ，as well， 他也可以这样当这个指标 ，though。不过怎样 ？Not all intelligent children will have one， 但不是每一个聪明的孩子呢，都一定会有一个假想的朋友。所以你不能说那个你可以说安东尼有假想朋友，他应该蛮聪明的。但你
没有，
但你不能说 Chris 没有假想朋友，他就是笨蛋，你不能这样讲。
Look at Chris, he's talking to bugs, he's talking to cats.
Yeah,
he has a problem. This is a very good point. Okay, let's look at intelligence. 这个有那个 E-N-C-E 的结尾 Okay, when we see E-N-C-E 还是 A-N-C-E, this is a noun. Let's look at the word intelligent. Adjectives can end in N-T. So we can 比起来 intelligence 还有 intelligent. 这个 E-N-C-E, A-N-C-E 的结尾 that's the noun. And then N-T, that's the adjective.
没错，所以这边的话，我们顺便学一下很多的字尾。如果你看到 E-N-C-E 或是 A-N-C-E 这样的字词汇的话，你就知道它是名词的字尾。像 intelligence 就是智商、智力、智能的意思。但如果说今天看到 intelligent 是 N-T 结尾的，它就是形容词。So if you say intelligent children， 指的就是指聪明的孩子。
That's right. Okay, let's stop here. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 3. All right, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're finishing up our article on pages 54 and 55. Children and imaginary friends make a great pair. In paragraph 2, we talked about some prefixes and suffixes, ship, ints, and also we talked about nt, nt 的结尾, that's an adjective. 而且 com, col, con 这个是在一起的意思。
没错。
All right, we're going to see more. And in paragraph 3, we're going to see a lot of adjectives. So let's pay attention, write those down, and use your highlighter. In earlier times, having imaginary friends was considered a sign of mental illness, Anthony.
Oops. 这一段他其实就在讲说早期的这种大家认知的观念，好，你有假想朋友对这件事的这种认知观念，跟近期的研究它之间的一个对比哦。所以在第一句话看到的时候，我觉得哇，胆战心惊。为什么呢？他说 In earlier times， 在早期呢 ，having imaginary friends， 好，有假想朋友呢 was considered 被认为是怎样 a sign of mental illness， 好，就是应该是心里有毛病才会有假想朋友吧？哦，天啊，我是在古代，就惨了。
All right, let's look at considered. Hey, look, we have C-O-N. When people consider something a sign of illness, that means a lot of people agree. So CON 就是一起的意思, right? And then we have, so CON 已经写下来, and then we have mental illness. Nis, N-E-S-S 的结尾, we can put that with ship, A-N-C-E, and E-N-C-E because 这个 nis that means it's a noun.
没错，所以这里的话我们又学到了第一个，我们复习到了 consider 里面的 CON， 好，就是指一起的意思，大家都一起认为说后面这件事是真的。他说 a sign of mental illness 就是呢，它是一个心理疾病的一个指标。好 ，mental 就是心理上的。好，那 illness 的话，这是指疾病。
Now, 小心 AL, it means an adjective, but lots of adjectives get made nouns. So 你可以注意到 AL, but 超级多例外，小心。Let's continue. However, current studies have shown the opposite to be true. 那会。
好，接下来他就说了 ，however， 然而呢，好，我的日子到了哈。Current studies， 目前的研究 have shown the opposite。To be true， 意思就是反过来才是真的，这样子，就是说提出了一个相反的看法，然后突然之间我就猖狂起来了。
真的之前的人 if you were a little bit different, they really didn't like you, I feel. Like when you study a lot of history, we often see like, hey, 你比较不一样, I'm very angry at you, go to jail, or you are sick, or go die. Like all these terrible things. And now you have some kids that have imaginary friends, they must be mentally ill. Really? It's just different, that's all.
没错，真的是不一样而已嘛，对不对？
Cruel in the past. Okay.
Right.
Children with imaginary friends may be more sociable and creative since they have to imagine discussions from both sides.
好，在这边的话，这句话里头，我希望你特别把 since 这个字圈起来。可能我们常常会听到 since ancient times， 那个 since 是自从，但是这里的 since 是 because 的意思。所以你这边的话，帮我上面写一个 because， 然后我们来看这整句话。它整句话呢，想说 Children with imaginary friends， 好，有这种假想朋友的这种小孩呢 ，may be more sociable， 社交能力比较强 ，and creative， 更有创造力 ，since 就是 because they have to imagine discussions from both sides， 就是他必须要想象出两方互相的对话，两方的视角切换来切换去，好，那样的话，他其实是更有社交能力、更有创造力的。
Oh, so remember we talked about in day one, Anthony had an imaginary friend, a unicorn, and I didn't have an imaginary friend, but I talked to like animals and bugs. When you talked to your unicorn, did the unicorn have its own voice?
No.
Did it talk to you?
Yeah, with no voice, but I can hear them. I don't know why.
Interesting. It's interesting you say them too, because it's not really a boy, it's not really a girl.
Not only one.
There's like an army of like
not an army, but I don't know.
So did your unicorn have like other unicorn friends?
That's right.
And small
ones.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
So cute. They're so cute.
All right. So let's look at sociable. Sociable 有 A-B-L-E. This means it's an adjective. So 跟那个 A-L-N-T 这个都是 adjective 的, right? Write that down. Write that down. All right. And let's continue to our next sentence. On top of that, these children may spend less time using electronic devices, which can affect their ability to imagine things in their mind if used too much.
OK， 然后接下来这句话好长哦，我们来慢慢看。On top of that 就是此外的意思。好 ，These children may spend less time using electronic devices。好，这边说一下，他这边说有这种想象朋友的人呢，好，这种小孩子呢，他们因为有人陪他嘛，有他的想象朋友陪他嘛，所以他怎么样？好 ，These children may spend less time using electronic devices。他们比较不会去使用这些3C 的产品啊。Which can affect their ability to imagine things in their minds if used too much. 如果你用了太多3C 产品的话，会影响到他们去使用想象力的这种能力。那如果你本身就是有想象力，然后很有假想朋友的话，你就不会用太多的时间去放在这个3C 产品身上。这个3C 产品也不会影响到你的想象力咯。
Okay, quick story about this, but first kind electronic. Highlight IC, 还是 NIC, but IC, that's an adjective. 你写下来跟那个另外一个 adjectives. Okay, now we have evidence this is true, that electronic devices affect the way you think.
Oh.
In the past, before TV, people dream in color.
Okay.
Okay? Then, when TV first came out, what was TV like? It was black and white. People that grew up with black and white TV dreamt in black and white.
Wow.
And then people like you and me, we grew up after color TV, or excuse me, after black and white TV, we dream in color. People that grew up with black and white TV, 在那个时候，可能还有现在 they dream in black and white.
Oh, wow. I
That's
didn't know
right.
that.
That's true.
所以老师刚提到说，其实上我们所使用的产品，不管是电视，他举了电视的例子，比方说之前当在电视呢还没有出来之前，人们的梦境呢是这种彩色的，但是后来电视刚出来的时候是黑白电视嘛。然后那个年龄长大的孩子看黑白电视长大孩子，他们的梦境居然是黑白的。但是我跟 Chris 老师毕竟我们还算年轻，对不对？哈，我们在黑白电视过了，我们出来的时候已经是彩色电视了，所以我们的梦境又是彩色的了。我们所用的这些3C 产品，真的会影响到我们思考的方式，甚至我们的梦。
So I asked Karen about this. I asked Karen about this, teacher Karen at our sister magazine, Analytical, and she said she always dreamt in color, but her father didn't let her watch a lot of TV. Her father dreamt in black and white.
原来如此，所以我们的那个解析英语杂志的老师 Karen 老师呢，他呢就曾经提到说，他的这个爸爸不让他看电视，他的这个 Karen 老师的梦境都是彩色的，可是他的爸爸Karen 老师的爸爸，他因为是看黑白电视的嘛，所以说他的梦境都是黑白的。
Isn't that special? Okay, let's continue here very quickly. It is important, therefore, that children have the chance to let their imaginations run wild and have fun with their imaginary friends.
好，最后的结论就是什么 ？It is important, therefore， 于是他丢下一个结论 that children have the chance to let their imaginations run wild， 想办法让这个小朋友的想象力尽情的奔驰，尽情的去挥洒 ，and have fun with their imaginary friends。就算你有这个假想朋友的话，没问题。你这样的话，代表是你的创造力啦，还有社交能力都会很好的。尽管有假想朋友吧 ，Oh yeah!
Did you have imaginary friends? Or maybe not. Maybe you're like me. Tell us in the comments. I really like to know.
没错，记得如果你有假想朋友的话呢，请在这个下面留言告诉我们你的假想朋友长什么样子。好，你认识他多久了？你现在还有跟他联络吗？等等。
All right, with that, let's take a break and we're going to take a look at vocab review. It's time for vocab review. Our first word is similar.
Similar 就是相似的，我们常常会用 be similar to something 哈，接下来常搭配 to。
Now, 如果一模一样, we'll say it's the same as something. Number 2 is an adjective, peak.Peak
就是高峰的意思，它可以当形容词用，当然它也可以当名词使用。在这边我们当形容词。
Number 3, to develop.
To develop 就是指发展的意思。
Number 4, to comfort.
To comfort 在这边的话其实是 provide comfort， 它可以当名词，可以当动词，它的念法都是 comfort。
Oh, was it the noun in the story? Provide comfort. Oh, okay. So yes, it's a verb, it's a noun. Be careful there. And number 5, intelligence.
Intelligence 就是指智商、智力的意思。
And the adjective is intelligent.
Intelligent 好，如果是 t 结尾的话，它就是形容词。
That's right. Highlight those endings. Number 6, mental illness.
Mental illness 就是精神疾病。
Number 7, opposite. This is a noun here. Opposite.
Opposite 就是相反的状况。
And number 8, creative.
Creative 就是指很有创造力的。
All right. With that, it's the end of our show. I keep forgetting the ending recently. All right. We will see you soon for Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
And say hello to your imaginary friends for us.
Yeah.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.